Hello, dear friends. A very warm welcome to all my viewers. If you use an Excel workbook to collect data from multiple users, there is multiple users entering data on the same workbook, either in form of a shared workbook or the same workbook is used by multiple users. One of the biggest challenge that you as the owner of workbook will face is in regard to quality of data that is being entered. And this problem becomes more complex when the nature of data entered is alphabetic in nature, because different users will key in the data in different ways, like in uppercase or lowercase with an extra space or two space, etc., etc. So in today's video, we will discuss about one of the many ways to control the way in which data is entered by the users. And the way or the functionality of Excel that we are going to discuss today to control the data which is being entered by the users in a cell is creation of a drop-down list. So in order to create a drop-down list, say for example here in column C, okay, we need to enter the designations or positions of different employees. So first of all, what the user need to do is select the cells in which you want to create a drop-down list. It is not necessary that you should select all the cells. Maybe you can create the drop-down in one particular cell of the column, and then you can later on drag it or copy it on the rest of the cells as well. So for example, here we have selected like 21 cells in which we want to create the drop-down list. So in order to create the drop-down list, what we will do is after selecting the cells, we will go to the data tab. And in data tab, near this text to column options, you will have an option called data validation. So click on this option named as data validation. The moment you will click on this option named as data validation, a dialog box will appear. In this dialog box, what you need to do is from this in this field allow, we have a drop down. From this, we will select list. Now, once you have changed the settings of this allow field from any value to list, now we need to define the list. Here we have two options. How we can define the list. First one is you can write the values that the users can enter in this field that is named as source. So say for example, I will enter here test position 1, comma test position 2. So when whatever options you want to provide to the users, you need to separate those options with the help of comma. And then we are giving another position that is test position 3. So these are the options that we have allowed to that we want our users to have to select the data from. Now we will just click on OK and our drop-down list is ready. Now when you will go to column C, you will see a small drop-down button has been created here or has started appearing. So now the moment you will click on this, all the options that you have given, you can select the option that you want to enter in this particular cell. So this is one way of creating the drop-down list. Now let's copy and paste it here, and let's assume here. Now we will discuss the second way of creating the drop-down list. So here we have we had only 3 options, and it was very easy for us to key in the 3 options. But what if the list or the options that you want to provide to your users is very long or it's already available. So no need to key in or punch in the options one by one. How we can use the existing list is, again, let's select, now this time we will just create for one cell and then we will replicate it on other cells. So again, we will go to the data tab. In data tab, again, we will go to data validation. Here in any allow, we will select list. Now, instead of typing in anything here, what we will do is we will simply click on this arrow symbol, and this arrow symbol will open up a new dialog box for us. So now again, we need not to type anything here. What we will do is we will simply go to that particular sheet from where we want to, where our list is available. Then we will just select the cells in which we have the values that we want to provide to our users as options. So we have selected this entire list, then again click on this downward arrow and click on OK. Now here you can see we have all the options available for us from where we want, we can make the selection. Now, if I go to the next cell here, the drop down arrow is not appearing because we have not selected this cell. So what we can do is we can simply drag this, and when we will drag this, the drop downs are available on all the cells up to where we have dragged. So right now we have dragged it up to row number 14. So it is appearing up to row number 14. If you want to drag it further, you can drag it further. So now all these options are available. So this is how we create the drop-down list. Now that you know how to create the drop-down list, let's not stop here. Let's go ahead and discuss how to create dependent drop-down list. A dependent drop-down list is a functionality which enables the user to have the settings in place which will drive the options available to choose from basis on the selections done in the previous level. Maybe a little bit confusing for you. Let me try and make it a little simpler for you. So here again, you can see here we have a table in which we have 6 different categories, that is fruits, vegetables, grocery, stationery, furniture, and mobile accessories. So now if I make a selection here in item category, if I select fruits, then in the item name column, or I should get only options related to fruits. If I select vegetable, then the options which are available to me should be vegetables only. So how to do this? So first of all, again, we will use the same steps of creating the drop-down list. So first, what we will do is we will go to data validation, list. Now, instead of typing the individual options, as the list is available with us, we will simply click on the selection box and we'll make the selection. So we will only select the headings or the item categories, you can say. Again, click on the downward arrow and click OK. Now here our drop-down list is ready. Here, remember one thing, if you have any such item heading which has got 2 parts like mobile accessories, then you must use a hyphen, underscore to make it a complete word. So there should not be any gap. Otherwise, we will have problem in the next step where we are going to create a drop-down list. Now, what we need to do is here we need to do a setting in such a way that whatever option I'm selecting here, if I'm selecting fruits, then only those items which are listed under fruits should appear as option for me in the item column. So what, how we will do that? First of all, we will create some names, or we will create some tables. So for that, what we will do is we will select the entire table, or what you can do is click anywhere in this table and press Ctrl A. Then also the entire table will get selected. So once your entire table is selected, what we will do is we will go to the formulas tab, and then we will go to the option called select from create from selection. So the moment you will click on this create from selection option, a dialog box something like this will appear. In this, these two check boxes will be ticked by default, that is top row or left column. So this basically here what we are doing is we are telling the system that in where our name of the categories or using entries in which area you should create the names or the tables. So here our categories are in the top row. So we will uncheck the left column and we'll click on OK. So we have created some names or tables here. Now we will use those names or tables to create the second level of drop-down list. So what we will do is, again, we will go to the data, we will go to the data tab. In data tab, again, we will select the data validation. And again, in the allow field, we will select list. Now here, instead of selecting any list or any other using any other way to select the options, what we will do is we will enter a function, and that function is, the function that we need to enter here is equals to indirect. So here we will use the function indirect. Okay. Bracket start. Then this value basis which we need to decide the options in column J is in cell number I4. So we will type the name of the cell, that is I4, and bracket close. And then we will click on OK. So once we complete this step, now see here, apple, mango, dates, banana, pineapple, so on and so forth. So whatever options are available under fruits, that is appearing here. If I change this to vegetables, now the options which are available to me has changed, and it is here we can see only those options which are available under vegetables. If I change it to some other item category, say stationery, here again the options have changed. And as we discussed earlier, we cannot see any validation here because we have not selected these cells. So what we will do is we will select both the cells and drag it down all the way. So here it is stationery because that is what we have selected. So fruits, we can make changes, vegetables, grocery, stationery is already there. In the last column, we will select mobile accessories. So here you can see the options are as per the selection in I column. We are getting the options in J column. So this is 2 levels of drop-down list. Similarly, you can make even a 3 level of drop-down list. So here again, we have some dummy data. Here we have 3 states of India. And for these 3 states, we have 3 districts for just randomly picked up 3 districts for each of these states. And for each district, we have name of some dummy names for some villages. So again, what we will do is, first of all, we need to create a validation in the state field. So what we will do is we will go to data, data validation, list. Again, we will select the name of the states. Okay. Now we need to create the drop down for district. So for creating the drop down for district, what we will do is we will select the states along with the name of the districts. And then we will go to formula, create from name, uncheck the left column, click OK. Now here in district, again, we will go to the data validation, list. Instead of selecting any values, we will use the indirect function. Indirect, bracket open. This is dependent on cell A18. So we will type A18, bracket close. Okay. So here we will make the selection. Then you can see all the 3 districts are under Uttar Pradesh is appearing. Now, if you want to create a third level of drop down, then what we will do is, again, now we need to create the drop down basis the name of the district. So we will select this entire table, and either you can select it by dragging the mouse or select any cell, Control A, your entire table will get selected. Then again, we will go to formulas, then create from selection, uncheck the left column, click OK. And now in village, again, we will go to data validation, list equals to indirect, comma. Now, the options in column C will be driven by the value what is there in cell B18. Bracket close, just click on yes. Agra. Now, you will see all the options which are under Agra. If you change the district, the options will change here. If you change the name of the state, then the options for district will change. And once you select some district from here, the options again will change in column C as well. So hope you like this video and you will find this helpful. If you have liked this video, please subscribe to our channel. If you already have not subscribed to our channel, please like and share this video with your friends. And thank you very much. Till we meet next. Ciao.